All right, folks, we are back with another episode of Story All It Says, and I am Pierre.
And I am Pierre.
oh,
Oh, tables have turned. I'm Chris. I'm Chris, Pierre. I'm Chris.
I'm Chris. Yeah,
I'm Chris.
it's a hard life. All right. Episode 5, Path of Blood.
Path of
We
Blood.
saw Homeboy the last episode, Mr.
Mm.
Canute, Mr. Still Your Girl. So you see him leading this army, and as he's leading, he's getting flashbacks of Askeladd.
Let me real quick. I want to say something about the opening. When Thorfinn is like the opening song. When Thorfinn is drowning in the sea, we see a bunch of hands forming a rope. And they're forming a rope with each other, and they're reaching deep into a depth that Thorfinn was sort of just drowning in, floating in. And we see a pair of hands grab that rope made of arms, and they start climbing up it. I interpret this as like a visual representation of Thorfinn confronting his demons, or at least he's starting to confront his demons. And the arms are symbolic of all the people that he's killed. So it's as if like the only way to climb out of his mental hell is to surmount his demons, which would be visualized as him climbing this rope of arms that were caused potentially by all the people that have died by his hands.
Ooh, damn.
So I'm gonna wait though, because my interpretation of this could change as the season goes on.
Yeah.
But that is how I saw it.
Christian, you're a poet. I'll make this a short. That's short worthy. I'm not even kidding. This will be a YouTube Shorts. But yeah, crazy stuff. It's true, man. It's true. It's true. No, the drawings, dude, they tell their own, not their own. They align perfectly with the story, and it's just wow. Like those can be broken down, like the meaning behind these little things, like you're saying, him being pulled by a rope of hands, and how what all those signifies to you, which are all valid, subjective, of course. Someone might see a total different thing, but yeah, I agree.
Music choice too, always phenomenal.
Music choice, yeah, you and the music.
I'm gonna convince you to see this how I see it.
Oh, of course, I'm gonna get cordyceps. Let's make it an adjective. Crazy stuff. No, it's a verb. It's a verb. Yeah. Get cordyceps.
EINMFL.
Oh, Christian. Yes. I'm not even gonna describe what that means. Just let her or him, whoever's whoever's weird enough to actually give us a time in a day. Be like, what is going on?
What the hell?
Yeah. What is he talking about? Yeah, the flashback, Askeladd killing their king, Geki's telling them I'm the rightful king. He's just replaying these things in his head. And we get back, he's walking, and the voice, the narrator, the Danes controlled England till 1014 when King Sween died. Canute, he took command. But there was this other general that heard of the passing of the king that went out of exile and came back in. King Ethelred, I guess, yeah.
Ethelred.
Yes. So in the show that someone in his household, a kid was pinned down and wine was tossed on the floor, as in it was about to be an assassination attempt that one of his men, saw and spared him from being poisoned.
And a dog licked it. Oh,
bro,
I hate
poor dog.
seeing that kind of stuff. I hate it so much.
Yeah. So then Canute and Gunnar, which I'm like, that's weird, because Askeladd did unveil that Homeboy was a spy, but for him to still be a right-hand man.
I had the exact same thought. Why the hell is this guy still here?
But then again, there's a quote: "Keep your friends close, keep your enemies
Mm,
closer." Another thing too, is he even qualified as an enemy anymore if his master's dead?
I think
King,
just the
King,
intent is still there.
King Sweyn is dead. But yeah, that's true. That's true. The intent is still there. So they're walking through Mercia. Mercia is the land that King Sweyn was forced into giving Canute when, Askeladd had the people draw the suspicions the king trying to kill Canute, so he had to give him something favorable. So Mercia is the
with
land.
with Floki, might I add, is GI Joe looking at us.
This is true, actually. Yeah. Um, Canute showed some signs that I really like. I can't stress enough how much I like accountability. Remember when I said the girl in season one that's like, the devil's testing me, but I didn't have food. I shouldn't have gone to the market anyway. Like I love when people show that. So they're walking through Mercia, and Gunnar's like, "Oh, look at all these men, just this whole place is so bad now. This is terrible." And Canute's like, "Well, like we did this, like these guys are men that are fighting by my side, and they've came here and they're pillaging and they're causing all this mayhem." And then he noticed a few guys that are pulling some women out, and he's like, "Behead those men." Like, yeah, what's
What a
up?
thing to say. What a thing to
Yeah,
say.
I
Behead him.
he's see he hasn't done he oh yeah, that's the best way to make an example out of anyone to other people in that time period. But
Um,
yeah, um,
he just
yeah,
said
it's
this so casually.
I know. I like, yeah. There's a bunch of attributes that he has that I'm like, okay, I like that. I like that. He's yeah. Canute does some things that I'm like, okay, that's yeah, I can see me following a character that's like that. Like I love how he's edging toward the dark side slowly. Because of course all of this is just gonna be some like unilateral mindset thing. Because we know Homeboy set out to build his own utopia. But of course, power cannot be properly wielded. It will always you'll become a slave to it and get in the dark side. Yes, I guess. I guess. Yeah.
Thought you were gonna bring up the crown. Remember what the king was talking
The
about with the
king. That's
crown?
what the king was talking about. Yeah, you need to manage it. Don't let it manage you. And they're
The
like, oh
crown
yeah,
has a will
he's
of its own.
obviously, yeah. Mm-hmm. He's yeah, we did this. Behead those men, and Gunnar trying to be like, what are you talking about? He's like, no, behead those men. And then he said, men who can't be disciplined are no soldier of mine. I love the standard that he put himself and the people around him at. Well, it's not the standard he
Mm.
put himself. As in, if you're my men, you're not gonna do shit like that. And you're clearly not. Like, although you just helped me fight, like we're clearly chilling in Mercia right now because we've been gaining ground. But what the shit you're doing, taking women and selling them into slavery, nah, behead those men. Like, I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. What'd you think? What'd you think about that?
Mm. Well, I do. I love so Canute, just in general, I think that he is going to reach Socrates, Plato, Aristotle levels of enlightenment as far as
Mm.
like philosophical views go. I think that's the path that his character is heading towards. Like he's going to be a philosopher by the end of the season. That's
Yeah.
how I hope.
Yeah.
That's my wish
Mm-hmm.
for Canute.
He is Jesus. Yes.
Sure,
Yes. Yes.
but yeah, because especially since he had that moment of enlightenment with the priest in season one, it's like that was an incredibly philosophical conversation. And if that's the foundation of
Mm.
all his thinking right now, if that's the catalyst that made him who he is, I think he's going to be an incredibly wise man. But at the same time, he's also going to be heartless. Uh, yeah, I'm excited to see where they take his character. And right now, we're seeing it like with him just being able to say, kill, like behead these people. Like he's doing a very evil gesture for a very kind reason.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm seeing this interesting development for him that he'll be taking down. So I'm fascinated by what he's doing, and yeah, especially since he's still able to look somebody like Thorkel in the eye, the most intimidating
Mm-hmm.
person in the
Mm-hmm.
show, and he's able to quell him when no one else can. And
Mm.
not only that, but when Thorkel, basically he didn't insult him. Well, I don't know if you could say he insults him, but he's giving him
Yeah, I
very
wouldn't.
harsh words.
I wouldn't categorize it as an insult. Yeah, that's the thing. Canute values people that doesn't sugarcoat. Canute will ride with men that can be frank and honest. So yeah, yeah, and that
That's
shows
very
self control.
mature.
Yes,
Self
that shows
control.
maturity.
Mm-hmm.
No, this episode, no, homeboy ascended. Christian homeboy ascended. Oof, the storytelling
Mm.
of Canute getting closer to that dark side, bro. This is Anakin. Just
Mm.
that's a Star Wars reference. But yeah,
And for this episode, I noticed, just to bring it back to the opening again, I noticed it's hard not to notice this, but Canute looked older than he did, you know, than he does in episode 5. So that means that we're gonna get another growth spurt for Canute. Where he's,
hmm.
but yeah, it's
Yeah, that
I
is
know it's
true.
coming because I saw it in the opening.
His hair is shorter. No.
Well, in the opening, he looks just he has a beard, but
Yeah.
he looks just more older. Like his body looks bigger, his face looks more chiseled.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, he still has like his features. Some of them are still a little bit soft compared to how he looks in the opening. So yeah, I think he's gonna have another massive growth spurt yet again that we get to
Yeah.
see.
So yeah, we mentioned the Thorkel coming in and out. Yeah, that's true. But Thorkel's like, battles have stopped. Like he's like, well, of course battles have stopped. Mercia requested a truce. Thorkel's like, we're not supposed to stop until their leader's head is taken. Like I told you, I'll watch you and I'll watch you become. Like war is necessary to become a king. There's this road that was paid for you with blood. It can only continue with more bloodshed for you to finally make it to this throne. And the way you're going about it, it's as stupid and it's foolish. And of course, like you're gonna let him talk to you like that, and we're back to him saying yes, like it's right. He is right. He's an honest man. But to foreshadow the end of this episode, this man's about to get to the throne, not by
Mm,
bloodshed. But anyway, we'll get to the end of the episode. This is Chuck
mm.
Rhodes, bro. Like Canute was Chuck Rhodes from Billions for this whole episode. Like just Christian, people talk about Axe. People are like, season 7, Axe is back. Yeah, yeah, we need Axe to come back. That's the only guy who can take down Mike Prince. Everyone's underestimating Chuck Rhodes.
Who
This
the
man
is Mike
escaped,
Prince?
bro. You don't know what needs people. This man escaped Foley, Christian. Foley, a guy who set future presidents to the presidency. This man escaped Jeffcott, a racist Southern general. This man escaped this antisocial guy that they had follow him when he was in their investigation, bro. They keep undermining Chuck Rhodes. I'm like, okay, this again, you don't know anything I'm talking about, dude. Like Bobby and freaking Mike Prince has money. Chuck has no money. He's not poor. This man is just constantly outsmarting these people. And Canute did that in this episode. Like bloodshed is how I become a king. He's a wise man. He's honest. I understand what he said. That's not how I'm gonna be. That's not how I'm gonna get to the crown. I'm gonna get to the crown without losing any men. But just okay, no, I'm gonna lose men, but not as much as a regular person who make it to that point would get to. Anyway, we're gonna get to his plan, but that is what it is. But yeah,
Mm.
crazy stuff. Floki too. Remember, Floki's like, "Oh, you don't have to come here for this. Your presence not needed." Earl Eadric is a coward anyway, and he's like, "Well, you say he's a coward. That's for me to judge." I love how we can see that he still doesn't trust Floki, which he shouldn't, because Askeladd told him about Floki.
And you see how that was something that Askeladd would always do. He wanted to judge somebody by looking at their face, and
Mm,
then Canute, he's starting to do that too. It's like he doesn't want to go off of hearsay. He wants to see them with his own eyes and make his own decision on their character and who they are. And he even says,
mm.
the guy even does impress him like a little later when he's like, it seems like this man has a backbone. You know, at least that's how
Yeah.
I like to see it. It's like Askeladd rubbed off a lot of his traits onto Canute.
Hmm. Hmm.
like
Yeah.
even playing dirty if need be. I'm sure Canute would,
Yeah.
like how when Askeladd set up a female slave to take an
Bro.
arrow just
Right.
for the sake of like one step in a massive plan involves somebody's
Mm-hmm.
death. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure Canute is also on that same
Yeah.
wavelength.
Yeah. That's true. So yeah, he may get to go see what's one boy's name? Earl Eadric, which I'm
Earl
assuming, well,
Eadric.
not assuming, he's literally the commander of Mercia, or yeah, he's the guy, he's the leader or the mayor of Mercia, whatever it is. He's like, I'll give you 4,000 pounds of silver if you leave Mercia. It's like, bro, the dude is a prince. Like the dude grew up with money. This is nothing.
Well, but the way based on Gunnar's expression, I don't think. Yeah, I think even for
But that's
a
the thing. Gunnar is
prince,
not
that's a
Gunnar's
lot.
not royalty. Gunnar is just a guy that his brother was the person that the king, because he didn't really like his son, advised to raise his son. Not advised, ordered to raise his son.
Yeah, but as someone who's so close to royalty, like money shouldn't, large sums of money shouldn't leave that much of an impression on you, especially if you're dealing with the potential king of England.
Okay,
I feel like that. I don't know. I feel like his reaction, he was stuttering for like a good 5 seconds, like
that's a
five,
good
ten
point.
seconds.
That is
Like
true.
he
That is
was
true.
completely caught off guard. So
Mmm, bro.
yeah,
He said not only telling a king to take money and leave his own country is rude, A, and such an insulting price. B. I was like, dude, the way this man flipped this conversation, Christian, when I tell you Chuck Rhodes, bro, like I need to stop with the Billions reference because I'm the only one that you don't watch Billions like that, so you don't know.
hey,
Dude,
listen, I watched a
this
good amount.
man, oh my goodness. All right, I can't, yeah, too much in scenes if I get into would just spoiler it for, I mean, who's gonna watch Billions here anyway? But anyway, I'm just gonna say this scene reminds me of the scene with the doctor in prison. If anyone that watched Billions, a doctor, Chuck Rhodes, prison, how Chuck Rhodes flip the screen, bro. All right, I can't.
Flip the
It is
screen.
what it is. Flip the switch, flip the script, dude. Like walk in there, I'm not guilty. Walking out of there, I am guilty. Just it's like, bro, crazy stuff. Yeah, yeah. He's like, I came here to set peace, not to get bought out. And the son came in, of course. You're not a king. Like we pledged Ethered. Ethered? How do you pronounce one boy's name, Christian?
Ethelred.
Honestly, you
Yeah.
wouldn't know actually, because never said it in our language. But I don't know why I asked you. I mean, if yeah, because they never said their name in our language. I don't know, but if that's how
Well,
it is,
they kind of say it in, they speak Japanese. You can kind of hear it. They say like they pronounce red, from what I hear.
okay.
So I would assume it's like Ethelred.
Hmm. And notice how instead of being insulted by that, he used that again. Like, you pledged this king. How do you think this king would feel knowing that I am here and you're trying to bargain with me? How do you feel about going after a king who once fled into exile? Bro, the mind games.
Yeah, psychiatrist talk.
Oh,
How does that
no,
make
no,
you
no, no, no.
feel?
Right. Like, oh, you mentioned Ethered. Yes, yes. Let's stay on Ethered for a second. Like, damn. It's like, well,
He's really testing
gentlemen,
him.
we know the issue. There are two kings. There can't be two kings. One must die. Dude, I loved Canute in this episode. Just like just
So matter of fact about everything.
oh. He's like, hey, here's my offer for you. Like, fuck all this cheap ass gold. King, kill Etheril, and you get to keep Mercia. Just Ethered.
Mm.
And homeboy doesn't know what's going on still. And he's like, this man has a backbone. He's like, oh, and Floki think he's fucking about to be useful. Do you want us to test that? Like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Walk with me
Yeah,
real
see,
quick.
Floki, I feel like he gained a lot of respect for Canute.
He
I feel
didn't,
like he
Christian.
really did. I feel like
He
he
did not.
did. I feel because he smiled when he said that, as if to say like, "There he goes again, being his. He's on a nasty streak." I think that's what he said, and I got the vibe that he gained respect for Canute. Like he's no longer looking down on Canute. He's no longer trying to uh, be in control, like how he was at the end of season one. He was trying to, uh, like when Askeladd died, Floki was like, "Let me handle this." Then Canute was like, "No, shut up. I'm gonna handle this." I feel like that dynamic isn't the same anymore. Like
Mm.
Floki respects the fact that Canute is at a higher level than him, and he's not gonna try to disrupt that balance anymore.
Oh
That's
yeah,
how I
no, of
feel.
course he yeah, he's never gonna openly, dude. He's a king. So I'm not. I'm gonna lose my life if I go at him. But you can sense some like mischief. Mischief is that how you pronounce it? Mischief. Mischief.
Yeah, but I didn't sense that though. Not in this episode.
Right. For him coming there, for him being like, oh, you don't need to be there anyway. Oh, this guy's a coward. Let me handle it. Like you can tell that he doesn't want the king there. I see. No, no, not from his end. Yeah, the mistrust I'd say is from Canute not trusting him.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, yeah. From Floki's side, you're right. I didn't see that anywhere. It almost looked like someone who's trying to get in the king's favor. In a way, I don't know actually.
Yeah, we need more episodes of Floki and Canute to really gauge what their relationship is like now.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, and then they go outside, dude. They go outside, man, and these men just light some shit up. And he's like, "What is that? What are you signaling? What does this mean?"
It's
And
freaking out.
it's just, bro, and it's a signal for something else. It's a signal for another one to be lit up, and another one to be lit up, and another one to be lit up. And this man
Mm.
says, "This is what it means to go to war against me,
I'm giving you a taste of what I could
bro."
do to you.
Just giving you a taste. Imagine Mercia reduced in ashes.
I'm giving you a glimpse of the future.
It's in my hand. I could snap it like that. Oh, bro. Mm. If I wield it, I can destroy it by my peace offering with Ethered's head. Bro, it's
It's
like
the smart choice.
an only choice.
Yeah.
Nah, dude, what do you think of that scene, man? That scene was insane.
Yeah, it was a display of power. It was Canute showing that he's not a man of small talk. What was it that Floki said in episode 2 of season 1? I think he said it appears that he's not a man of shallow words. When Floki was, it was right after the spear was thrown in between Floki and Askeladd, and Floki was like, "It appears he's not a man of shallow words," something like that. And it's the same thing here. It's like Canute is showing he's not somebody who is just gonna have lip service. Like
Yeah,
he'll threaten you, and he will truly make good on that threat. If he says he's gonna kill you, he's gonna kill you. If he says he's gonna make peace with you, he'll make peace with you. But he's not just gonna. He backs up his words. I think that's what that scene was basically showing. A display of
yeah.
his power.
No, I mean that is true, but at the same time, Christian, he has all the men. Like, they're outnumbered. Like it's one thing to do that. I understand you can do that, but you can. You have all the soldiers there. You have guys that can light these things on fire if you tell them to. Uh, but yeah, yeah, that's true. As in, he doesn't have to go to such length. Like he doesn't have to. Like there's just. As in, it's easy to make that statement. Like I can easily throw fears, shivers down your spine because I am in control of Mercia. Like my father gave me this land, it's mine. I just never fully took it. So, and my soldiers are all here. Like I can make a display of power right away. Now, not to diminish anything you just said, but it's just the ease that it can be done. It's just not as remarkable to me. But it is indeed correct. Yes, he can do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a quote from I heard in Hunter x Hunter, the
Mm.
bomber. He said that when you're negotiating, you must be able to you must be able to show just how sane and insane you are at the same time. So I think that's another way of viewing this interaction from Canute. He has to show that can be insane if he wants to. Maybe insane isn't a good word. He can be very aggressive when he wants to. Maybe.
Hmm. No, no, I understand. I understand. That's true. He really can. Oh, dude can be some crazy shit. That's a very drastic way to make a display of power. But hey, the point got across because they showed us the not lineage. The fast forward to the years. Like King Etherold, like the second actually died. We saw him drinking some shit. And they're like, oh, it's illness. His son Edmund succeeded as died 7 months later in the same year. Also died. As it's showing this, they show you Asgard, dude, the guy that stood in front of Torquil and said, "Dude, I would kill him and I'd kill him again." Like, like I don't care what you're telling me, I would kill him. His right hand man, dude, I love his character. Just he gets way too little scenes in my opinion, but the show's not about him, so I understand that. He's like, yeah, no, it took King Sweyn 10 years to get like to conquer the England, and Homeboy just did it in less than three. And Torkel's like,
Yeah.
don't talk to me about this man. Like this man's doing this all the wrong freaking way. That's not the way a warrior should do this shit, man. Just get me another drink. I can't. Because seriously, Thorkel only knows this one way. Like seeing someone using strategies and schemes to like annihilate his opponents without direct combat, but through deception. Because you're buying someone that is close to them to poison them. Just it's a safer play. It's smart. It's cruel. No, there's no cruelty. This is war. This is like a conquering game. But I don't know. I like it. I like it. This is chess. That's why I was like, this is Billions like. This is Chuck Rhodes. I was like, I like it. I can see Chuck do some shit like that. Chuck has done some shit like that. Mike Prince did some shit like that with Chuck's in season 6. But bro, all right, all right, all
It's
right,
Billy. It's Billy's reference.
dude. I don't think people understand what Mike Prince did in season 6. Christian, you're not gonna watch this. Can I just say what he did? Or just I'm asking you. I'm asking you, literally. If you say no, I won't say it, but it's fine.
If not for me, don't spoil anyone
All
who
right,
might be
all
listening.
right, all right. But yeah, the same way that whole strategy, Mike Prince did that in season 6. I feel like a lot of people don't understand what he did, but I think he did that anyway. But yeah, and Canute is now crowned king of England in the year 1018. All right, what do you want to say, Christian? What do you want to say? What do you say?
Well, there was he went through because once what's his name Etherel died, then his son Edmund
Mm-hmm.
came
Win.
into the throne too. But then I love how the narrator said that because the narrator said Etherel died. Everyone thought it was unnatural causes or no natural causes, like he died of a
Yeah.
sickness.
Mm-hmm.
And then we know that Edmund came right after him.
Yeah.
And then the narrator very cheeky, he said,
He caused some
unsurprisingly,
trouble.
he also died of an illness.
Yeah.
Which is like, I like the cheek there. It's like
Yeah.
we all
Duh.
know that he didn't die
Yeah.
from an illness.
Right.
He was murdered.
He was poisoned.
But yeah, and Canute, he got through both of them. Two
Literally,
years
man.
passed. Canute now he looks like a badass on the
He's
throne.
established. He's
Also, yeah,
established.
he's established. But as he was walking up the throne, you saw how many side eyes he got.
Yeah.
That's not a king who
That's yeah. Who
has the
rightfully
full
earned that
faith.
spot? Uh huh. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
dude, they know, bro. You freaking poison these folks. They know, but it's like these men won't be drinking wine ever. These men will be like, bro.
Water, please.
These men will be like Levi on Attack on Titan. I don't need that. I'm gonna stick to mine, bro.
Oh
This
no.
man escaped. This man escaped drinking that fluid. All right, all right, all right, all right. He's like, what is the fuss about all this? I'm cool with what I'm drinking. Bro, Levi is so simple. His simplicity saved his life, Christian. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Of course, dude. What do you mean? If I know what you're talking about?
Anyway, but yeah. Crazy stuff. Attack on Titan is
Sween,
great.
Ethro, and Edmund.
Yeah, Sween, dude, knocked through all of them.
Yeah.
All right, this was episode 5.
Yeah. That was episode 5. Next time, episode 6.
Episode 6. All right.
All right.
Bye. All right.
Peace.